Alrighty, we're jumping into some locals gameplay right now from this week. And we've got Blue Purple Monkey D. Luffy versus Purple Yellow Nico Robin. Looks like Blue Purple won the dice roll and is going to take first. A very solid opening hand from what little we saw. I know I saw Bonclay, the 3-drop Dofi, I think even Anami? Yeah, Anami. And in Nico Robins, we're seeing a good hand, but not a great hand. Searcher Law is pretty solid. We're gonna grab this secret Luffy and then pass it over. Luffy's gonna go to 3, probably swing 6, and then play that Dofi. Here comes the 6. Thinking about whether or not to take, and she does take. Dofi, look at our top 5, and we see the Bagua go to the top instantly, which I think makes a lot of sense. That'll get us a solid ramp, especially on 5 Dawn. Playing that Bonclay into that Bagua as a defensive play is going to do a lot. 9k leader banishes a gravity blade. Little unfortunate to see that trigger go, but not too bad. Here comes 6. Take. Pay 4, play the Bonclay, and pass it over. Let's see. This is going to be 7 Dawn for Nico Robin, and from what I've seen of her hand, we're not running anything crazy like the Lin 6 and 7 drops. So this might be an awkward turn, especially into a Bagua or a blocker. Let's see, thinking about what she's gonna do. Looks like she's preparing to set up a big swing, and here comes 8. Bagua gets us out and gets us a Dawn, which is really solid here. Now she's thinking on what to do. Gonna use the rest of her Dawn, play out that Saul blocker and pass. Luffy's gonna go 9, potentially an awkward turn here without an 8 drop in hand. But it looks like he's prepping the swing, hits for 9. Likely not gonna counter out, but we did see a giant in hand, so she could use it. But with this secret in hand, I really don't think we're gonna get a giant here. It does suck to go down to 1, but we are. Looks like we have a trigger though. Take some time to think about it. Let's see, we're going to go ahead and activate it, and it's the 200 million volts. I forget the rest of the name, but it's gonna allow us to essentially counter this swing for 2 cards rather than the 3 that it would have taken. Luffy's gonna go ahead and play a Nami, put the cards to the top, and then pass over. I think it was at least 1 Lin to top, but I don't remember the other card. We'll likely see the secret. We did choose to not ramp on the Nico Robin side. So, oh, that's 8. Okay, there's the 9. But because we didn't ramp, we don't get a leader swing here. We do get a draw and a 2k off the draw. Thinking about maybe swinging leader here for just the ramp, but no. Blocks the 10 with the Luffy and then starts the leader effect for Luffy. The 9 drop secret is the only target, so we're going to put that back on top. Potentially play that this turn. Go 6 at lead, relatively standard, and we're seeing a red rock make it to the front of the hand, so Nico Robin's gonna take the 10 on Bon Clay and then get this secret bottom decked, which is pretty solid there. Another Luffy, gonna bottom that, pretty heavy bricks and not a lot to do, so a decent bottom. 2 Linlin doesn't feel great, but Luffy here is in a pretty dominant position, so I'm not sure he cares. Nami hitting the Bon Clay, I think here the players are discussing right now, but almost definitely wasn't the right target, at least to start out. Should have swung that law, see if you could have gotten that and then gotten 2 cards off the board. Luffy probably does protect that Bon Clay, but it forces Luffy to make decisions rather than you making them for him. And it gets you more resources. So I don't love that play, but it's alright. We're still going. Nico's thinking about what she's gonna do. She swings 9. Luffy blocks out of it and then passes over with 1 Dawn for Giant. Luffy grabs the gear 2. Swing 6. I did see the cards go to the bottom and he picked up a Sanji, which does suck. But we're going to play that secret out of our hand and hit for 10. See if Nico gets out of this. She does. Pitches a Giant. Pitching 1k Law. And then 2k to finish getting out of it. Luffy's gonna pass over. Nico's gonna go to 10 Dawn again. Let's see. What are we gonna do? It's a real tough spot here. Not a lot of ways to answer this Luffy with a blocker in the way. And not any great heal right now either. Ace is probably our best, but we're just Ace and pass. Which really doesn't feel good, especially with the threat of lethal. So we're gonna go 7. Luffy will 2k out of it, pretty clean. Looks like we're gearing up for a 12 or 13k swing potentially. It's looking like 13. No, sorry, 11 or 12. That's a 12k swing, but Luffy just blocks out of it. Grabs the Sanji, does put the Usohachi to the bottom, which is a little worrisome, but there is 1 in hand. So Luffy's gonna play that out, rest the stall, and hit for 11 with the secret. Robin's gonna take, and Luffy will swing for 11 or 12. He elects to swing for 11 here. Gum Gum Giant to get out of it. So we're gonna go another turn, but I feel like Luffy's pretty safe here. Unless we brick. And it looks like a Nico Robin bricked on that, which is really unfortunate. Good clean game. Very dominant from Luffy, but that is the best deck in the format right now. So, yeah, there's not too much to say about it.